At first, everything seems like a fairy tale. He's so sweet. He texts you every morning with a "good morning, beautiful," calls you just to hear your voice, and makes you feel like the most special person in the world. You think, wow, this is what love is supposed to feel like. And for a while, it really does feel that way. But then, things shift. He cancels plans without an explanation. He forgets things that are important to you. He stops putting in the effort he once did. And when you bring it up, he brushes it off. He laughs, tells you that you're overthinking, or worse, he flips it back on you. Why do you always have to make a big deal out of nothing? You're so sensitive. Suddenly, you're questioning yourself. You wonder if maybe you are the problem. Before you even realize it, the red flags have wrapped around you like a vine, tightening little by little until you're stuck. Red flags don't always scream. Sometimes they whisper. They disguise themselves in sweet words, in good memories, in the way he holds you after an argument like nothing ever happened. They appear when he dismisses your feelings, when you start doubting yourself more than you doubt him, when you stay silent because you're afraid of his reaction. At first, you tell yourself it's nothing, that you're overthinking. But deep down, a voice inside you is already screaming, something isn't right. The thing about red flags? They don't go away just because you ignore them. They don't fade if you pretend they aren't there. They grow. They spread. And one day, you wake up and realize you're stuck in a situation that feels nothing like love. But here's the truth. The moment you notice a red flag, your gut already knows the answer. The real question is, will you listen? Not all toxic relationships are full of yelling or betrayal. Sometimes they feel like losing yourself little by little, piece by piece. The moment you start doubting your own reality more than you doubt his words, that's the moment you need to wake up. So let's break it down. Here's what to look out for, and exactly what to do about it. If he never listens when you tell him something upsets you, that's a red flag. You open up about your feelings, but instead of understanding, he twists it around, making you feel guilty for even bringing it up. He says things like, "You're always overreacting," or "You make a big deal out of everything." Suddenly, the problem isn't what he did, it's the fact that you dare to have feelings about it. But here's the truth, someone who truly loves you listens. No debate. If he doesn't respect your boundaries, pay attention. You tell him no, and he keeps pushing. You express discomfort, and he ignores it. If someone keeps testing your limits, don't waste your energy explaining why they should respect you. Just walk away. If he makes you feel like you have to earn his love, that's not love, it's manipulation. One day, he's affectionate and caring. The next, he's distant, making you question if you did something wrong. He keeps you on edge, keeps you chasing him. That's not love, it's control. The moment you stop running after him, you take back your power. If he talks about all his exes like they were crazy, be careful. Somehow, every woman before you was too much, too needy, or too dramatic. And he was always the victim. But here's a hard truth. If he blames every ex, guess what? One day you'll be on that list, too. If your gut is telling you something's wrong, listen. You don't need proof. You don't need a dramatic reason to leave. If something feels off, that's all the reason you need. If you feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid to upset him, that's a sign. You start overthinking your words, changing how you act just to keep the peace. Love should feel safe, not like a test where one wrong move ruins everything. If you constantly feel like you might say or do the wrong thing, you're already losing yourself. And the biggest red flag? Watch how he acts when you pull away. Does he suddenly start trying harder? Does he say all the right things just to reel you back in? If his effort only appears when he's scared of losing you, it's not love, it's a game. Real love is consistent. If he only fights for you when he thinks you're slipping away, he never truly cared to begin with. Recognizing red flags is the first step. But what comes next? Once you see the pattern, you have two choices. Do you stay and hope it gets better? Or do you take your power back and leave? Stop trying to fix him. You are not his therapist. You are not his savior. If he refuses to see the problem, nothing you do will change him. And if he knows he's hurting you, but does it anyway, that's your answer. Don't wait until it gets worse. You don't have to reach a breaking point to justify leaving. If you're unhappy now, that's enough reason to go. Choose yourself before it costs you even more of your peace. Say less, do more. You don't owe him a long, heartfelt explanation. You don't have to make him understand. Just go. Change how you move. Be done. The only closure you need is knowing you chose yourself. Hold your boundaries, even when it's hard. When you start pulling away, he will notice. He will say all the right things. He will make promises. Don't fall for it. If he only respects you when he's afraid of losing you, he never respected you in the first place. Let go of the version of him you wish he was. The man you fell for, the man you hope he'll become, he doesn't exist. You're in love with an idea. Stop waiting for him to change. See him for who he is right now. Silence is power, but only if you mean it. Leaving is easy to say, harder to do. If you leave but still check his social media, still hope he regrets losing you, you're still playing the game. Real power comes when you leave for real, when you stop looking back, when you stop waiting for him to realize your worth. Build a life bigger than him. Leaving isn't just about walking away. It's about moving forward. Create a life so full, so beautiful, so yours that he becomes nothing more than a lesson. Healing isn't just about letting go of him. It's about rediscovering you. The right person will never make you feel like you're too much or not enough. They won't make love feel like a game of uncertainty. So stop waiting for things to get bad enough before you leave. The fact that you're even thinking about it means you already know the answer. Walk away now, because the moment you let go, that's when you'll realize you never needed him. You just needed to believe in yourself enough to leave.